Bradley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's the Bulls going up against the Raiders.
It's a day, Larry, that fans in these parts will need to savor as we come to you from the East Bay and Oakland, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Brooklyn Bulls and the Oakland Raiders. Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Second and 10, Peterman again. And nowhere to turn for Peterman as he hits the turf. And I know it seems like we say this a lot in broadcast booths, but a quarterback can hold on to the football too long in these situations. I think he did right there.
Oh, I agree with you totally. Sometimes you have to understand situations. Get rid of the football, save some yardage, to make it less to gain for the next down. Instead, he was so hipped on ball security, he held on to it and took a big sack.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is third and long. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is third and long. From the gun, it's Peterman. He's got Curse. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They go play action here on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Will tie the intended receiver. And it's second down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open. And this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Second and 10 now, Peterman. Hits his target, the tight end, Will tie. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. And they're just a couple of yards shy of a first down here on third down. Throwing once more, Peterman. And this is going to be incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? Third and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on third and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. Here's the Raiders punter now. Back deep to return it is Lucky Whitehead. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. And he'll take this one only up to about the 21. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
2nd down following the run. The play clock's running down. They try again with Lewis. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
From the gun on 3rd down, Brady. He completes it right side to White. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to make it 4th down. On 4th down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Taken in at the 11. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
So 2nd and 10 here. Out of the gun, Peterman. And nowhere to turn for Peterman as he hits the turf.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. They go play action now. Peterman. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Fielded at the 20. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now this offense about ready to take over again. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Brady to throw on 2nd down. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. They go play action for White. Now it's Brady. And the pressure gets to him again. Khalil Mack. He's the one to get him this time. And back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Ryan Allen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is taken at the 23. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And this is their 3rd drive. Maybe the focus right now not so much on points, but getting their first down.
And when you start off a game, you don't even think that's an issue, do you? But you go a drive, a 2nd drive, no 1st down, that becomes an issue. Now you got to think about, okay, what type of play calling do I have to do to get us in a spot to pick that first one up?
On 1st down, Peterman. He goes underneath to Freeman. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Six yards here to go for the offense on 2nd down.
Here we go.
Here's Peterman to throw. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. Ready to go now in the 2nd quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Here we go.
From the shotgun, Peterman. And nowhere to turn for Peterman as he hits the turf. Tyler Davison in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it'll be 4th down. Here's the Raiders punter now as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that'll hit in the end end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here.
And this is their third drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. Second down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
Again, it's Lewis. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Brady gives this one to Lewis. A big hit. Knocked down sideways. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Here's Ryan Allen now as he's on to kick it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And now here come the Raiders.
The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. They go play action with Peterman. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. Here's Peterman. And there's Amari Cooper, his first catch. A good pickup there of 20 yards. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. And don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
He did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
All right, now look at 56. Look at 56. Green, 39.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Peterman. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll go down at the 28. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now it's Peterman. Buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
Now, this is a feeling I can relate to all too well. Deflation on 3rd and short. Excellent coverage. Took away all the short routes, but the one person who wasn't accounted for, the quarterback. And he used his legs to hot-foot it for a first down.
No. Check. Patriot. Watch it now, Barney. Over. Here we go. Over.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
Off the play fake. Here's Peterman. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the former Patriot Devin McCourty. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
And now we're circling here around the 2-minute warning.
This is a setup play, trying to get one last one in before the clock warning.
They'll start things on first down with Dion Lewis. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. 1:59 to go in the first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. On second down, here's Brady. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Lewis. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. A gain of 4 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down. Here's Brady to throw. Open man, it's Allen. Allen hit. He lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. And a great spot to start this drive from here. They'll run it now out of the gun. Room here to run. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Freeman again. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The Raiders on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. The Raiders try to move quickly, try to get everybody back to the line. On 2nd down, Freeman. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Now on 4th and inches, they're going to want to talk this over. We get a timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
Peterman. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Devontae Freeman in the final seconds of the first half. And the Raiders are able to cash in for 6. And this hits off the right upright, but it finds its way through. Could have gone either way, but he got it to go. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Now Brady, he finds an opening past the 40. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Richardson. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Brady now to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Richardson. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield across the 45. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half.
20! 20!
The final shot before half for Brady. He's letting it fly for Cooks. Oh, and it's caught. Touchdown. Brandon Cooks as time expires in the first half. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And just before the half ends, the prayer is answered. Defensively, a disaster there.
I know often we're surprised when this actually works. I mean, the excitement level goes way up.
You folks don't know what you're missing. You're missing Larry Ridley. Ready to get back, though, to this Week 2 matchup. Let's get to it. And they will not get a chance to return. This one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here they come, the road team now getting the football first to start this third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. They run. This is Lewis. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
The offense on third down tonight, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Brady. He's letting it fly for Cooks. It's caught inside the 25. It's a big play there on third down. 49 yards.
I've got to make sure that I don't take Tom Brady's greatness for granted, that we make it routine. How about that throw right there?
Yeah.
Another great completion.
And you know one area where he honed his throwing? He was a catcher in high school. He was actually drafted by the Expos in 1995 in the 18th round.
Wow, that would have been something to see him behind the dish.
Think he's gunned down a few guys?
Gunned down a few guys trying to steal second. That would have been fun to watch.
Now they'll run with Lewis. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action and hit them over the top.
Second down following the run. Off the toss, Lewis. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and they're going to face a third down.
Inside the red zone, and that means don't come away from there with anything less than 3 points, but everyone's thinking about 6. They're trying to get to the end zone. They decide to run a toss. Big people up front being mobile and moving, and a running back trying to follow behind them to find yardage, and that's exactly what he did.
And it's caught. Touchdown. Brandon Cooks with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And his guys have taken the lead.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His second touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. This will be taken very short. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use, just something to get you off to a quick start.
Throwing now, Peterman on first down. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. No gain, and it's second down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it, and nowhere to turn for Peterman as he hits the turf.
Well, there's your first ROI, right? Return on investment of their first-round pick. His first NFL sack. I know they want him to be an impact player right out of the gate.
A lot of pressure to put on a young man, but I think you agree he has the ability to deliver on it.
And he just did. Probably the first of many sacks in a long career.
The Raiders on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Here's Peterman to throw. Breaks a tackle. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's 4th. Here's the Raiders punter now. He's been terrific so far. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Returnable here from the 38. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Now a toss play to Lewis. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now Brady throwing on 2nd down. Going underneath for Lewis. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Call it a gain of 5. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Play action. Now it's Brady. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot, but they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Allen on to punt as he gets this one away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland 1st down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on 1st down.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue, line it. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Freeman again, a 1st down carry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 12. Yards that time at an Oakland 1st down. Fresh set of downs here.
Hurry up, here we go.
They go play action here on 1st down. The grab made by Curse over the middle. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Back now in the East Bay. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Nine yards still remaining here to pick up the first on 2nd down. Second down, Peterman. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll go down at the 28. Call it a gain of 3. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 7.
Hurry up, here we go.
Now Peterman. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
All right, here we go.
On first, here's Washington. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. DeAndre Washington, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Added in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. And the wideout in motion. They'll start off with a give to Lewis. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And on 2nd and 10 now. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Ready to throw on 2nd down. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. now out of the gun. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A Raider first down, 17 yards.
And that's how you run the football and run it successfully. Big-time chunk of yardage picked up, but why? Offensive linemen won at the point of attack. Their leverage way better than the defenders. The low man wins when you're getting underneath and trying to move people. And that's exactly what happened on that play. The offensive line moved the defensive front, created space, and the end result, a fantastic run.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brad, wasn't that long ago that the guy playing that spot was an outside linebacker type of a guy. Now, as a defensive end, how about the speed that he used to get into the backfield and make the play?
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. They go play action now. Peterman being chased out left. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long. Peterman. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Freeman. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking first down.
And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. They'll run here with Freeman. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. That's a gain of 7, and will leave them with second and goal coming up. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
Watch it now, Barney! Detroit! All right, here we go. Green, 39!
They'll look to run with Freeman. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game.
All right, now, look at 56.
They come out here in the eye. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They'll try and run. Freeman. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Devontae Freeman with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Raiders have moved out in front. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And here now the offense heading back out there. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's got a man complete. Touchdown! Brandon Cooks, his 3rd touchdown of the season, all coming in this game. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
Yes, it was a touchdown, and not just a TD, but how about a long touchdown that puts them in a great position now.
And now just an extra point away from tying this thing. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Second down, they need less than a yard to pick up the first. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this.
Watch it now, Barney. Gone, gone. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Another carry for the workhorse tonight, Freeman. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's got some space here. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
So just about a minute to go here, tie ball game.
As fans, we love free football, but the guys in the field don't. They're going to attack and go for the win right now.
Peterman. Over the middle, Cooper with it. And he's brought down, but not before getting across midfield to the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now. Here's Peterman. Hits his target, the tight end, Will Tye. They've got another first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
A 20th carry now for Devontae Freeman. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. And before this play happens, we're going to get a timeout here. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
Detroit! All right, now, look at over. Here we go now. Green, 39. Green, watch it now, Barney. Here we go now. Look at 56.
Peterman to throw. He goes underneath to Freeman. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. His first attempt of the night here, and it's a big one. It's for the win. And his kick is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And you know, in an era of cost-cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends.
And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this? Answer's pretty evident to me.
One final try now for Brady. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the game will continue for at least one more play.
To not finish a game on a defensive penalty, that's why they get one more untimed attempt.
So on fourth down, Brady will yield to Gostkowski for the field goal try. This to tie things up in the final minute. And the 13-year man puts it through, and that will tie us at 24 all. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. Set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. First throw of overtime for Brady. Looking deep downfield. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest, you can draft the most athletic guys, but if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Brady letting one go deep for Roberts. It got his man complete. And he'll be down deep into Oakland territory. A huge play there in overtime, and even 60 yards. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. This is Lewis. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That can give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward, and it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Mario Edwards busting through to get him for a loss of 6. And, boy, on this drive, it looked like the offense was really moving the football. I mean, they have been moving the football, but now they're in a tough spot. Nice play defensively.
Certainly felt like the defense decided to answer what the offense was doing. Okay, you're doing pretty well there. Guess what? We're going to bring some pressure. See if you can handle that. And they got to him on second down, and that sets up a 3rd and long. Advantage defense.
On 3rd and long, it's Brady. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by David Anderson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
Freeman at tailback. He's got it running left. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a gain.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Lucky 56. Watch it now, Barney. Here we go now.
Now what can Peterman do here in overtime? They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. 2 minutes to go here in overtime. We'll be back after this. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Complete out right to Kurtz. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Now Peterman on 1st down. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here in OT. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Let's go. Boom,
The slot man in motion right. They'll throw on 1st down with Peterman. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. The Raiders try to move quickly, try to get everybody back to the line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. The Raiders on 3rd down. Now, they've converted 7 times and could use another right now. This will be 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, Peterman. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That's their second and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. And this one is no good. He missed it. And that changes everything here in OT. So possible disaster there. It's an empty possession, and there's no worse time to have an empty possession than the first drive of overtime.
Yeah, and remember the situation now, Brandon. It's sudden death from here on out. You can bet he's begging for a chance to redeem himself. But the question now is, will that chance ever come?
They start the drive on the ground with Lewis. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
On play action, it's Brady. He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by David Amerson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it.
Leopard! Leopard! Here we go now. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
After the interception, here's Peterman. And nowhere to turn for Peterman as he hits the turf. And with just 9 seconds left in overtime, we get whistles and a timeout. So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's 2nd and long.
Here we go now. Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
Here's Peterman to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. There he goes, Amari Cooper. And he will finally